In my manifesting love journey, I have realized that I tried multiple techniques. I was first visualizing and affirming and doing all of that work, but then I realized that I reached a point where I was not seeing results. And when you are not seeing results, there must be a cause. Otherwise, if it's something that you are not resistant to, you will see results effortlessly. And this happened to me too, where I was just like not putting too much effort, I was not overthinking about it, and I just got results. So I thought to myself, why am I so resistant to this thing? What is the reason why nothing has changed? Basically, when coaches tell you to better yourself, to work on yourself, to work on your nervous system, work on like working out, doing good things for yourself. I was doing a lot of those things, but in the back of my brain, I had this thought fixed in my head. It was something that I was constantly, like, let me tell you, whenever I was doing certain activities for myself, I was like, okay, good, I'm doing things for myself. Where is my thing? Where is the thing that I want, right? It was something very unconscious because I thought I was doing everything right, but I was not completely honest with myself because there was one tiny little bit of me that was always thinking about this thing that I wanted. So my intentions were not pure. I did not do all of those upgrades on myself for actually bettering myself, but I was doing them to gain something, because that's what they say. They say that if you do this, you get that. So I was doing all of this to get that. But honestly, I now know. So this is the solution. The solution is treat yourself like you want to be treated by another person. Like, I was wondering about this for a long time. Like, I love myself, but how can I translate it into actions to actually bring someone into my life, right? It's okay, like affirmation about self-love, those are okay too, but when it comes, let's make it practical. I want things that make me feel loved in a practical way. So the other day I kind of had like a realization about this, because I was like, okay, let's make this serious. Let's get down. Let's get to the core of this. I sat in front of my mirror and I told myself everything that I want to hear. I was admiring myself for everything that I have achieved. I was admiring myself for everything that I have done, that I'm constantly doing for myself. That no matter what happens, I'm always here for myself. No matter what happens, if I wanted to give up, I could have. If I wanted to give up, I could have given up 1,000 times before. I could have just thrown everything away and be like, okay, I'm done with this. I want to live in my pity party, but I've never done that. I always held myself accountable for everything that I have done. And this, honestly, to my opinion, whenever people do not blame others but are held accountable for whatever they do, to me it's very attractive. I will never blame anyone else because I know how everything works. So why would I blame others? There's no one to blame but self. So I was telling myself how much I admire myself, how much I think that I am attractive. That I would honestly, I am my home. I feel at home with myself. There's nobody, like, that feeling that you get when you're home, when you're being in your own skin, when you're feeling at home, when you don't have to fake anything. You just have to be in your own skin. It is so powerful, realizing that you are your safe spot, you are your home. So I was telling myself all of that, all that I wanted to hear. I was telling myself how much I love myself, how much I care for myself, how much I admire myself. I accept myself, no matter what I do, I might do mistakes or not. I am still lovable. I don't care. I don't care how others perceive me. I don't care about that because I will always love myself. I don't need to act a certain way. I don't need to talk a certain way. I just need to accept myself for who I am. And in the meantime, while I was affirming all of those things, I was like caressing myself. I was like being there for myself. I was supporting myself. I was making myself feel supported. And you know what? This is exactly what you want other people to do to you, right? Like if you are in a committed relationship, you want your partner to treat you that way. So you can start by doing that. There's no need to wait. And let me tell you, whenever I do those actions for myself, I feel so much better because I know how I want to be loved. I know how I want the other person to treat me. So I'm doing all of that for myself, and that feels right. That feels right. When I do it, when I support myself, when I comfort myself, it feels right because that is the way that I want it, that I want others to do it to me, you know? So I know myself better than anyone else, right? You can do that for you too. That is like the easiest way to make yourself feel loved, understood, seen, supported, everything that you want in a relationship. When I did that exercise, I didn't want to finish. I didn't want to end. I wanted to stay in that energy even longer because that to me felt really comforting. To me that felt like home. To me it felt like I really told myself, wait a minute. This is actually all I need. This is actually the feeling that I was looking for, you know? So technically, all of this feeling is always attainable to me. All of this love, this type of love is always attainable to me. It's right there. I just need to give myself that time and space to do those exercises. And then something else is, I thought that self-love was just, you know, words of affirmations, working out, eating good food, but it gets even deeper than that, exactly like I just mentioned with those exercises. Love yourself in like different ways, even like writing yourself love letters. If there's somebody else in your house and you want to be heard, just write yourself a letter. And then what else have I affirmed? I was telling myself how much I care for myself. I don't care if I am misunderstood by others because I know my true essence. I know who I am, and I just need to be coherent with myself. I don't need to explain myself to others. I just need to be my truest self. I just need to love myself in the right way by accepting who I am. And always tapping into that power, because the power of love is in all of us. It's always there, but sometimes we are so caught up in the world that we're always trying to look in other places. Let me go back to what I was mentioning about the exercise that I've done. And while I was doing that exercise, affirming to myself all that I wanted to hear from somebody else, I got emotional because honestly, it felt so right. And I'm recommending this to you too. What else did I tell myself? I completely accepted myself. I completely accepted myself. I showed myself support. I was like, it's all fine. It is all fine. It is all fine. Everything that you're doing is the right thing. You could not be doing things in a better way. You're always doing your best no matter what you do. Even if you feel like you have not progressed, guess what? You have. Every day is a new progress. Even if you just make one single thought which is better than the previous day, that is getting better too. With this exercise, and from that day on, I decided to commit to myself fully. I decided to do it not to get something, but to just, if I am the purest form of love, if I am communicating myself that type of love, if I am talking to my own self with words of love, then I don't need to be overly attached to the result, because I know it will come back to me. I don't know how, I don't know when, but I know it's just gonna happen. Because if I translate love, if I am speaking the language of love, it has to come back to me. And I don't know how, I don't know when, I don't know how that's gonna play out. But all I need to know, all that we really need to know, is that if we are loving to ourselves, it will happen. I keep that faith. I don't care about the past. I don't care about what happened. The only thing that I care is that I am a different person now. I'm struggling to speak. All I know is that I am a different person right now. So if I am a different person, I attract different experiences. I am only expecting the best, because this is who I am now. If I am only noticing the love in my life, if I'm translating everything that I see through the eyes of love, then that will be brought back to me, because that is the law. And this is also the reason why in my previous relationships or situationships, I could not get love from those, because when I found people that I was interested in, I was immediately chasing for love. I was immediately expecting them to love me, while I was lacking love myself. So to me, that makes complete sense. I was always expecting others to love me the way that I wanted to be loved, but I was not creating that love inside of me. So to me now, it's very clear. The starting point is coming from a base of loving yourself, but 100% committing to yourself. Do not love yourself because you know that by loving yourself, you will bring your partner. Start to admire yourself. Also, something else, if I want the other person to fully love me, I was looking at myself how I would want the other person to look at me. I was looking at myself, I was admiring myself, I was like feeling this way of like I was almost falling for myself. What would they admire about me? What do I admire about myself? What do I like about myself? Whether they are characteristics about your personality or your looks or your experiences or what you bring to the table of anything that just gives you confidence. I'm at the point where I am only caring about myself. I'm only caring about what I bring to the table. I only care about admiring my own self. And that's all. Let's start from there. And we will see. It's getting a little bit dark, but I have to wrap it up. In this exercise in front of the mirror, while I was talking to myself, I was hugging myself. I was making myself feel my own presence. I was making myself know that I was there for me. Like you want somebody else to tell you, I'm there for you, I got you. So this is what you want to affirm to you too. Just tell yourself, I got you. I'm here for you. I will never leave you. I'm here for you. I deeply love you. No matter what you do, you will always be lovable to me. You are incredible. I admire you so much. I have so much. You are so valuable to me. You're like the most important person for me, and I would do anything. I would do anything for you. I'm listening to you. You are my home. You are my safe spot. You are everything that I was looking for. Everything that I was looking for, it was always here. Everything that I was looking for, it was right in front of me. It was right where I am. It was always there. And I see it now. I know you are whole and complete. I feel you as whole and complete. You don't lack anything. You do not lack anything. There's nothing wrong with you. Everything is right with you. You are good as you are. You are a good person. You are good enough. So I was really making myself feel loved, because that is what I want. And I can give that to me. I can give that to myself. And I will never accept a love that does not correspond to that. So I am safe in that knowledge, because I know that whatever love will appear into my life will be of that quality, will be that type of love. I will not accept anything less than that. I will never betray what I want in a relationship. I mean, I will never betray my expectation of love. I will always be true to myself, period. I can wrap it up now.